Time's not the villain coming up behind you. It's a marigold song, love, if you will, and take a little more time. I smell fire. It's coming from the flames that are dancing on my wings. I'm a bird on a wire, killing time. Feelings got me shaking, rises up like a road to meet me. Feelings got me quaking like San Andreas fault. Just put a cloth to my brow. I soar like a phoenix from the ashes. Put a minute like a dove. I'm ready now.
Attended a non-church related event of a coworker who was lent the parlor at Pine Street, and as soon as I pulled up and parked right outside the church, I saw the rainbow flag and I saw everyone, everyone is welcome, and it was a different experience that I hadn't seen at any other church. So I kept that in the back of my mind. I was at another church at the time, and when that church kind of shifted into a less inclusive frame of mind and direction, I knew exactly where I wanted to begin my search. I went right to Pine Street, immediately felt welcomed. I also knew the lovely Peter Citarella and Jane McLaughlin, and that was very helpful, but everyone was really warm and made me feel at home right away. It wasn't probably but a few weeks before I realized this was my new spiritual home, and I felt immediately comfortable.
Yeah. Has inclusion always been like a quality or value that you have cherished?
Absolutely. I feel like...
To lead the witness a little bit, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like so much of my past experiences in churches that I've been in, that was not necessarily a focus. It was more that I needed to be a certain way or think a certain way in order to belong and fit what they thought it meant to be a Catholic or a Christian. And that often excluded people. And being a person that, I've often felt I'm different than other people, it's become very important to me that people, when they're around me, that they feel very, very comfortable and included. Everyone deserves to be loved just as they are. Everyone has wonderful strengths, and it bothers me when a person or group of people are excluded. It's offensive and hurtful, and I think church is a place where we should be able to go, feel seen, heard, loved exactly as we are. I certainly haven't felt that in the past, and I kind of didn't know it was possible in a church setting. I was just kind of trying to find a church that fit most of what I was looking for. But walking into Pine Street, it's the whole 9 yards. It's everything I was looking for. And I'm so grateful to everyone there for making me feel comfortable, making me feel like I'm just fine. I can show up in a good mood, bad mood, it doesn't matter. And I feel very seen, and that's something in my life that I haven't always felt. So that's a huge, huge gift for me. And it's helping me figure out a lot more about myself and helping me to grow, and also helping me to figure out where I stand on a lot of my beliefs. And my faith is very, very important to me. I take this journey I guess, seriously. And I feel like Pine Street was kind of a divine intervention, just what I was looking for.
Love it.
Thank you.
What would be a belief or a concept you might have been told once upon a time that you had to believe in, you had to have these thoughts about God or the Bible, that maybe you don't have the same thoughts or beliefs now?
I really, in past churches, have felt that in a lot of circumstances that the Bible was taken very literally. And I thought that I had to believe everything just as the Bible or how it was interpreted, just as the pastor would say, this is how you do it. This is what, if you're a good Christian, this is what you believe. And I've now seen that it doesn't have to be that way. We can all come together with different sets of beliefs and still form this beautiful joined community where it's okay to think differently. It's okay to ask questions. Gosh, I never thought I could ask questions. I thought, maybe I'd be struck down by God if I asked a question or maybe said something that wasn't congruent with that particular pastor or church's interpretation of the Bible. And now I really see, having read the Bible as well, I really see that it's okay to view things differently. There's so many different ways to interpret the Bible, probably the most reinterpreted book there is. And that's okay. Not only is it okay, it's good. It's welcomed. It helps us learn from each other and think of things in different ways. It expands us out of our kind of maybe smaller minded thinking or smaller thinking. Makes us think larger and be better human beings, be better for those around us by bouncing ideas off, and also creates this beautiful connection with others. I always love hearing other people's opinions or thoughts on things, whether it be religious or otherwise. And I think that's something I've really left behind, is that I don't have to agree with everything. I don't have to share every single belief with everyone else. But coming to Pine Street, I believe that inclusion and acceptance makes space for everyone. And so we can all be who we want to be and not have to think a certain way or believe certain things.
So you can belong and then sort of figure out what
the
part is later,
completely.
Right? I really like what you said about that this journey has been you finding more of yourself. It's sort of been said the journey toward the true self is the journey toward God. It's one journey.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like that.
I'm curious about, is there anything in particular, and you're sort of already saying it, but is there anything in particular that's kind of empowering or inspiring your own spiritual life right now?
I would say absolutely. Your sermons, being part of the community on Sundays, but then also the small group we had with Pathways. It's making me want to learn more about God and Jesus. It's making me just be more curious and excited about it. Maybe also wanting to read more. I guess being more curious is the thing that stands out the most. It's making me want to learn more, want to be closer to God, want to be, I'm always kind of striving to be a better human being. And I think therein with discussion with people, certainly reading on my own isn't enough, I don't think, because I don't have a lot of maybe the scholarly background too, so it's so nice to be able to talk with you and the group of people, and everybody brings their experience and their own information or thoughts on beliefs on things, and so I think that is something that I see great potential for growth for me, and I'm feeling like I'm moving forward in my faith journey by the discussions that I've had with the lovely folks at Pine Street.
That sounds a little bit like freedom.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
it's expansion and not constriction. That's a really great way to put it.
Completely. And I felt that way leaving the East Coast. I felt kind of constricted there. I moved to Colorado, and it's wide open. And that was one of the things that drew me to being here, is being wide open. Very similar to being at Pine Street Church, the last churches I've been in. It was just ever closing in. And yeah, Pine Street is the opposite. It's like, come as you are, and yeah,
What's your biggest theological question right now?
Ooh, oh boy, didn't know that one was coming.
Little curve.
I guess I have a lot of still questions surrounding Jesus's death, taking away our sins. That's definitely an area I'm still trying to kind of understand or figure out what I believe. And another would be, how I also have a question. I've heard various pastors in the past say you need to go through Jesus to get to God. And that's another one I kind of struggle with. I don't really, I feel like I can talk to both and feel kind of like, I turn to God, I turn to Jesus, and then the idea that they're kind of combined, I understand the idea of Jesus being God as a human. I get that, and Jesus being his son, and that's all well and good, but there's just some questions around that I would like to understand better. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are two big ones for me too. I
Good.
totally get that. Totally resonate. What gives you hope about the future of Christianity being at Pine Street Church, or even maybe a dream about Pine Street Church that might be emerging for you?
Being at Pine Street Church, being very welcomed in the way that and included in the way that I have been. It's a group of people that I'm proud to say I'm part of and proud to be Christian with. And I think if more people can discover Pine Street, or there's more churches that are like Pine Street, I think we've got a bright, bright future. I love the idea. I've never had any pastor talk about reimagining church and have thought that, though, that's what needs to happen. We're losing members, and people are just saying, no, I don't want to stay Christian anymore. And if we can have more environments like Pine Street, I think we'd be in a much better place. It's life-changing for me. I hate missing a Sunday. It's a big part of my life. God has always been a big part of my life, but to have a community to do that with is amazing. And I see really wonderful things for Pine Street. I love the direction it's taking, the openness, the forward thinking. And so I want more people to come to Pine Street and discover and join our community and realize what being Christian can mean, and it can be so, so wonderful and life-giving. And I feel so, so blessed to be part of it. I just want more people to have the same experience, and so I feel very optimistic about Christianity with places like Pine Street out there that I couldn't have even dreamed existed, but they do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What's your favorite joke?
Who invented the hospital gown?
I don't know.
Seymour Butts.
Feet is gonna shake it, rises up like a road to meet me. Feet is gonna break it like 7 days hurt. Just put a cloth in my brow. I soar like a phoenix from the ashes, but I bring it back again. I'm ready